Hello everybody, we are here with Mission 5 of the Unexpected Waaagh campaign. We have a rocky jungle board set up for you here today. And we've got cleanse and capture. So you can see we've got 1 objective, 2 objective, 3, 4, 5, and 6 objectives set up on the board. We rolled for hammer and anvil deployment, so we will be coming at each other straight on from both sides of the board. And we decided cleanse and capture was reasonable for this because mission 1, the Tears took it, but only by a little. And in mission 2, the Orks pasted the Tears. Mission 3, I'm going to call a tie. The Tears won on a technicality because of first strike. But in terms of the gubbins, which was the important part of the mission, they were even. And then mission 4 that we just saw, the Tears got the better of the Orks. So now we are deeper into the jungle as the Orks are retreating back. They lost a lot of their best gubbins from the last mission, but they did not come out empty-handed. And they're coming back into their territory now. And the Tears want to cleanse this area, and the Orks want to recapture it for whatever nefarious plans they have. So that's what we've got right here. We are going to, well, I won the roll-off, so I'm going to choose whether to be the attacker or defender. We're both going to deploy, and we will come back to you guys for the beginning of the game. Okay, everybody, we have finished deploying. Same armies, same warlord traits, same everything, almost. There's one minor change for this one between the Orks and the Tears. The Orks have spent an unprecedented fourth command point before the game. So they'll be starting with 3, the Tears will be starting with 7, as we've been doing for these 1,250-point games. And both a squad of 10 boys, not with the boss knob, right? Or with the boss knob?
That one is with the boss knob.
With the boss knob, in the teleporter, with the Death Dread. So that's what we've got going on. Everything else is what you've seen in the last couple games, and we'll go over everything as the game progresses. So you can see where we've deployed. We've got some trucks. We've got some shock jump dragsters back here. The mech gun has been placed strategically, we'll say. Cunning or brutal? I don't know. But the Grots have had a hell of a time dragging that thing up top.
Man. Grot just wanted to laugh. The little skinny guy is pushing a 10-ton artillery piece of it.
Well, you have succeeded, Grut. No doubt. And then here's the war buggies, one of the trucks back here. The Tears have deployed, even as attackers, they've deployed defensively back. They have seen what the Orks can do up close. And we have 2 castles here on this side of the board. And we have our cards ready to go. Grut, would you like to try to seize the initiative, or do you want the Tears to go first?
We ain't going to seize. We're going to be cunning.
Really? Possibly for the first time in the history of 40k, narrative at least, the Orks will not attempt to seize the initiative. We'll be back with Tears of Baal objectives and turn 1 next. All right, here are the the Tears of Baal, Blood Angels cards. Tears of Baal objectives for turn 1, we have secure 2, secure 4, and defend 5. So objective 2 is already secured. It's right down here with the infiltrators. 4 is right there in the center. I measured up. If I roll a 6, which will turn into a 7 because of Red Thirst, with those intercessors, they can get there this turn. So I don't know if that's going to happen. We'll see. And then for the Defend 5, that's down here in the Orks deployment zone. That is going to be a tough one for this turn. But I have my Reavers. Maybe they'll come in subsequent turns and take that objective. So basically, it seems like Shadow of the Angel Valigar, he wants the Tears to secure this field and control the battle grid. So we'll see what happens, and we'll come back with Tears of Baal after their movement phase. All right, guys, Tears of Baal movement phase, turn 1 is over. Not a lot to report. The intercessors right here, they rolled a 4, which turned into a 5 on their advance. They didn't quite make it, so I popped them up into cover. And everyone over here in this little castle stayed still. The Sanguinary Priest and the aggressors have just moved their normal. I got to be really careful because this bad boy over here, the Death Killer Wartrike. He can use his once per game to automatically advance 6. So, and plus his Evil Sons, he can move, what, 21, 22 inches? 22. And then the stratagem for 3d6 charge is just a flat 3d6. It's not 3d6 drop the lowest. So he has a 40-inch threat range, which is pretty epic. So I didn't want to advance my my aggressors and potentially get them into first turn charge against him. That would be a disaster for the Tears. But everyone else pretty much stayed still. The infiltrators stayed on objective 2, so I could score that point, which is guaranteed. And now it's going to be a very short shooting phase. All the sniper rifles here and the missile launcher are in range of the mech gun, and that's pretty much all they can see. Same with these eliminators right here. Only the missile launcher over here is in range. So that's what we've got. We'll be right back when I get those dice. Here we are. We're going to start with these Las Fusel eliminators. The sergeant will forego his shooting to add 1 to the hit and wound rolls. So we are going to be hitting the mech gun, the smasher gun, on 2s and wounding on 2s. So here we go. And that's 2 hits and 2 wounds, AP -4. It's dead. They don't get the 6-up invul from, because they're just grots? Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay. Well, my bad. I got a one-track brain right now. Well, that was easy. That was, what do we got here? Does it explode? Nope. Okay. Shoot, there goes the mech gun.
All the boys are cheering because the explosion was really awesome.
There were a lot of fireworks on top of that cliff, guarantee that. All right, well, now I got to sit down and see if I've line of sight anywhere with these missile launchers. I don't believe I have both range and line of sight. I'll check real quick. But if that's the case, then that's the end of the Tears of Baal turn. There's, of course, no charges. So we may or may not be right back with some more shooting. Okay, it's the beginning of Orks turn 1. As expected, the missile launchers could not see anything and did not have range. So we've got priority orders received, area denial. So the Warlord can't score that himself. That's what priority orders is. You get additional points, I believe, if your Warlord scores an objective. But as you can see right here, the intercessors are outside of 6 inches, but within 12. So the Orks will score 1 point for sure from that this turn, possibly 2 if they're able, or D3, excuse me, if they're able to wipe the intercessors. And then we have secure objective 5, which is right there, and then secure 4. So that's the center objective. So we have some overlap here. The Tears have defend objective 5, and they also have secure 4. So far, this battle grid is being contested in these 2 locations, or at least both commanders have similar ideas. I don't know how I feel about that as a Space Marine player, to be honest. But we'll see what happens after the Orks move. This could get crazy. We've got stratagems to get these shock jump dragsters up the board automatically. We've got the Death Killer Wartrike back behind that rock that I showed you before, who can move really far. And we've got these trucks coming on, so we'll see what the Orks do in turn 1. All right, guys, we are back with at the end of the Orks movement phase. So we've got a lot of advancing. This shock jump dragster right here, a command point was spent to get him to automatically do his jump into the warp, and he landed right here, hoping to make a charge right there against those intercessors and take that objective and possibly delete some Space Marines. This truck moved around here to secure objective 5, and this truck has advanced, didn't roll too hot on the advance roll, but he's coming up and around. And this one has the knobs in it.
Yeah, all the knobs.
All the knobs, the mega knobs and the 5-man knob squad, and then we have Grut Ed Smasher himself, the Pain Boy, and the 10-man squad of boys in there. The custom Boosta Blasta is the front buggy over here. He advanced coming around. This shock jump dragster only rolled a 3 on its advance roll, so he did not jump through the warp. And then the Death Killer Wartrike, he stayed stationary for now. He's going to move up with the rest of his crew next turn, or possibly, or something different. But we were measuring, even with that huge range that he has, there was a really good chance that he was going to be stuck out here in no man's land with a lot of sniper rounds coming his way next turn. So decided to play coy for a moment. This is the cunning part of the cunning and brutal plan. So we will see what happens in the Orks shooting phase. I think that the Orks need to take down at least a unit or so of Space Marines, get that first strike. And yeah, the Orcs have an opportunity here to get some serious points. Area denial is going to happen, at least for 1 point, and then possibly getting this charge off. Here's another point, maybe first strike. I don't know, we're looking at a potential for 3-4 points here for the Orcs to jump out ahead, because the Tears only scored 2 last turn. So we'll tally up the points at the end of the battle round, though. We will come back with the Orcs shooting phase next. All right, everyone, you're looking at the target of this, of this shock jump dragster right here. That's where we're opening up into these Las-Fusel eliminators. I've spent 2 command points on transhuman physiology. I would like to keep them alive if I can and use their firepower. So,
okay.
Rivet cannon?
Oh, no, custom shock rifle.
Oh, that's right. We were talking about the shot.
Hitting on 2s.
Yep.
That's disappointing.
Yeah.
And wounding on
4s, 5s, and 6s. There it is.
AP minus 3.
AP minus 3. All right, they have a 1-up in cover, so I have a 4-up save here. That's a 5.
Okay.
All right.
We'll do the rocket as well.
Okay.
Not that.
All right.
We'll do the same thing with that.
The Orcs, the Orcs, the Orcs.
We'll do the same thing with that one.
Okay, the other shock jump dragster. All right, here we go. That's 2 hits.
So that's a deck.
It is. That's unfortunate for me. That's 3 hits. Okay, this is... I'm a little concerned. I'm a little concerned right now.
Wounding on 4s.
Yep, that's might save. Okay, 4s.
Nope.
That's a fail. D6 damage, right?
Anything but a bat. That
What?
goes on 3.
3? Oh, it was a 3? Okay. All right, so there goes the sergeant.
Okay, and the rocket. Hitting on a 4. It hits. Wounds.
Wounds.
AP
Okay.
minus 2.
2. 3-up save. They make it.
Okay, we'll do the only thing in range now is the rivet cannon. And the custom booster blast will also go into 1
Got it. Okay.
6 shots hitting on 4s. With 2.
4s, even with his advancing?
Yep, because he's evil sons.
Okay. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so 2 Dakas. That is 7 hits.
Okay. Dang. All right, wounding on 4-up.
Yep.
Is it strength 6, right?
Strength 7.
7? Okay. So
I'm going to drop 3. That's 4 at AP minus 2.
4 at AP minus 2. All right. That is 4 3-up saves. Let me grab some extra dice here. All right. 3-up saves. Drop 1. 2 damage, right?
Yep.
All right. So that's
I
another
wanted you to drop 1.
eliminator down. All right. Is that the shooting?
That's the shooting.
That's the shooting. Okay.
So just the shot jump drags into the charge for that.
You gonna charge? All right. Might as well just do it right here. We have not measured. We'll see what they need, and I'll do the Overwatch off camera. That's enough.
Yeah.
8 should be enough. We'll measure and check. If not, we'll come back with here we go. All right, guys, with the +1 from, we made a mistake earlier. It was obviously a 9-inch charge because he deep struck in from before and he rolled an 8. But with the +1 from Evil Sons, he made it. So 4 attacks?
Yep.
All right, here we go.
On 4s.
Drop it right here. Cool. On 4s. All right, that's a good
I'll
start.
take it. And then strength +1, so 3s.
3s, all right.
2 wounds, AP minus 1.
AP minus 1. 2 4-up saves. I fail both.
1 damage apiece.
1 damage apiece. 1 intercessor falls. All right, I will get some dice, pile in, and hit back. All right, guys, we have piled in here with these intercessors, and we are going to start the attacks with the normal intercessors. They're hitting on 3s, and that was good. Wounding on 4s because of Red Thirst, and that is 4 wounds, no AP.
All right. 4 ups.
All right, there we go. There we go. Now the sergeant, 4 attacks with the power sword, hitting on 3s. He hits 3 of the times, and then 4s again. That is 1 wound, 2 misses. 1 wound, AP minus 3.
No save.
No save. He takes 1 wound. All right, that is the end of the fight phase. So,
Score area denial.
yep, we have scored area denial for 1 point.
Secure objective 5.
Yep, so 2 points, and we did not get first strike. So secure objective 4 is, well, no, you got secure objective 4. I'm not within 3 inches of it.
Oh yeah, I did.
So you scored 3 points this turn. All right, so it's the end of battle round 1. So at the beginning of battle round 2, it's going to be 3 points to 2 in favor of the Orcs. The Tears will move to the tactical doctrine, and we are going to shoot some guns. This I guarantee. Okay, it is the end of the Tears of Baal turn 2 movement phase. Oh, first, objectives. So I decided to keep defend objective 5 and secure objective 4, and I drew psychological warfare, so that one's going to be pretty tough. I don't know if I can get the orcs to break, so I'll probably discard that next turn. These intercessors have pulled some shenanigans. They have fallen back out of combat, and since you just have to be further away from the model, they're now within 3 inches of objective 4. So I will be securing objective 4 this turn. Yeah, guaranteed, because even if he blows up and does mortal wounds, he can't possibly wipe the squad. So I'll be getting that point. Defend objective 5. I kept it because there's no way this truck is staying here. My reavers will be able to come in, maybe snatch it late game, and I don't know how many orcs are going to be back here in the end. I don't know. Maybe some boys will teleport in. Who knows what the game will bring? But I want to keep that in my back pocket because 2 points is a big deal with what we're doing right now. And these intercessors have advanced to get up, and my aggressors have simply moved. So acting as a screen, moving forward. I need to keep those aggressors. I need to shoot with them for a couple turns, and there's a lot of bad news over there with big guns, and especially that power claw and the Death Killer Wartrike charging. So everything else has stayed still. We'll be back with the shooting phase. There's not a lot of targets in range. This guy right here, if he's still here at the end of the turn, then the Tears may well concede, but I do have some missile launchers, at least one of them able to shoot over there as well. So we will come back with the shooting phase next. Tears of Baal shooting phase. We're going to start with the Las Fusel Eliminator up here. His only real target is this bad boy right here in the middle of the board. So hitting on 3s without his sergeant, that's a miss. It's a 2. All right, so there goes that. And I have these dice right here, 14 bolter shots from these. There's 7 infiltrators that can see Shock Jump Dragster. I'm shooting at him because 6s auto wound with these guys, and they can reroll 1s to wound because of their comms array. So here's 4 wounds already. That's 6 to wound. Auto wound is a big deal against vehicles. That's crazy.
Got 3.
Oh, those are hits. I can reroll 1s to wound.
Oh, sure.
Yep, and then 5s, rerolling 1s. Oh, that's a really good roll. Okay, 8 wounds. God, those little infiltrators. Jeez. 8 wounds, AP -1 because I'm in the tactical doctrine.
Okay. 5 up saves.
You make 1. Yep, 5, 6, 7. There he goes. Okay. Yep. Yeah, I saw you picked up the only 6.
Lucky, right?
That's what I heard. Nope, not this time. Okay, command point? I'm kidding. All right. Fantastic. Well, there goes that. I'm going to have to get down and look. Yeah, I've got a missile launcher right here that can see that custom booster blaster. I'm pretty sure that's it. That's in range and line of sight. So the orcs are playing coy right here. The Space Marines don't have a lot in range, but we will fire the crack missile. That's a hit. Wounding on a 3. AP -2.
Oh, it actually has a save.
Yep.
6 up save on the custom booster blaster?
Yep, that's right.
Nope.
D6 damage for 2. All right. So we plink a couple wounds off of it. I'll take that. That's fine. I do believe that's the end of the turn. I don't think this missile launcher right here, he's got a great vantage point, but the orcs they're hiding behind the thick foliage of the jungle. If you get down here and look behind this guy, you can see a little bit of the base, but I don't like that. I like to be able to see the body of the model to shoot at it. So
that was all according to plan.
All right. Well, we'll see how good this plan is next turn. I don't know. This is going to be interesting. Orcs up next. Here are the orc objectives for turn 2. We got Get 'em Boss. Basically, Ed Smasher has to delete some stuff in the fight phase. From what we've seen in previous missions, that's going to happen, but not this turn. You'll see in a moment how we moved. Stomp 'em boys? Which one's that? Just fight phase?
Just kill them all in the fight phase.
All right, and then more speed, go faster. Any 3 or more models need to advance in the orc army, and they get a point. That definitely happened, so that's guaranteed. It's already scored. So I think we had 5 advance, right? I think everything in your army that could advance did advance. These trucks moved up, and then we have the Death Killer Wartrike, we have the Custom Booster Blaster, and then this bad boy rolled a 6 on his advance, and so he got to Deep Strike.
He needs to roll the C, throws another 6, and takes 4 wounds.
Oh.
is.
Nope. All right. He wore his seatbelt when he went through the warp. So then these boys have. Fair enough. The boys have teleported in, menacing these scouts right here. That will be, of course, a 9-inch charge to get up there. So this is very interesting. The orcs are tightening their noose. They have kept, in a cunning manner, they have kept the Death Dread out of this fight so far, that he'll have to come in next turn. And if this turn goes well for the orcs, and they come in, maybe they make this charge, maybe they come in down here, kill the intercessors, screening the aggressors. I don't know. This is really interesting. I don't think the game's going to be decided right now, but if the orcs can slow down the Tears, stop their mobility, and ring them up for when the Death Dread comes in and the big smashing units get out, this, I don't know, it could get ugly. So we will see what happens. We'll come back with the orcs shooting phase next. All right, we're starting out the shooting phase with the Death Killer Wartrike into this squad of intercessors caught out in the open here. We rolled a 17 on the 4d6 that he has for his flamer. So 4d6 auto hits, 17 of them. We can go ahead, strength.
I think 4.
4? Okay, wounding on 4s. All right, we dropped a few there, but I have a lot of saves to make. That was above average. That's a good roll.
8, that's 11, no AP.
11? All right. How many dice do I have in my hand here? 4, 8, 10. And then here's 11. No AP?
No AP.
No AP. 3 up. Drop dice never count. 3 up saves. You kill an intercessor. That was epic. 1 intercessor falls. Oh, moving that. Do you know where you want to go next, or you need to think?
I should have said I was going to put everything in there.
Oh, okay. All right. That's fine.
The cutter. Hitting on 5s.
Okay.
Nothing. Twin boomstick. Hitting on 5s. It's 1 hit.
Strength.
That wounds.
It wounds 6. Strength 4. Okay. Is there any AP on that?
No.
I failed to save.
Oh, okay.
1 damage.
1 damage.
1 damage. All right. Another intercessor takes a wound.
And then the snagger claw, which is just doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit. Okay. All right, I will remove those intercessors and we'll be back with the next unit. All right, guys, we are moving on to the custom booster blaster here. He is putting his rivet cannon up into this remaining eliminator, and then we just rolled the 43 flamers. We've got 9, so 9 out of 12, pretty solid roll, into these 3 remaining intercessors, and we're spending one of our final 2 command points on a stratagem to make that flamer strength 5 AP -1 1 damage, as opposed to strength 4 AP nothing 1 damage. Okay, that's what we've got. So we've already hit, so now we're wounding on 3s.
5 AP -1.
5 at AP -1, so 5 4-up saves. Ooh, so that's 1 dead, another 1 dead, and 1 on 1 wound. So 2 models need to be. So just the sergeant is left with 1 wound.
And the crop blast to do it.
All right. So let me. Here, we'll roll for that. I'll do that in a minute.
Okay,
all right. The Grot Blaster. I hope not. What an ignominious end for a Space Marine. Okay. Fantastic. And the rivet cannon.
Yep.
Up here.
6
all right.
shots. Hang on. 4s. No deck, because that's unfortunate. 3 hits.
Okay.
Wounding on 3s.
Oh.
3 wounds. AP -2.
2. 3 3-up saves. Oh, the Eliminator lives. He ducks and covers and prays to the Emperor, and of course it works. He prayed to the Emperor. All right. I'll remove those intercessors, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we're here with the continuation of the orc shooting phase. This shock jump dragster here is firing at these green cloaked eliminators.
Okay. Custom shock rifle hitting on 2s with a DACA.
Freaking DACAs. All right.
3 hits. Wounding on 2s. Strength 8. 3
AP?
wounds, AP -3.
4s. I make 1, fail 2. 2 damage. Wait, D6 apiece. So
First one.
you kill an eliminator, unless you want to use your last command point on that damage roll. I don't know. Are you sure? The 3d6 charges, the extra strength on, there's. Is that what we got? We only got 1 command. You need to think?
No.
No?
No, I'll take my victory. Well, I
Okay.
actually got a rocket to shoot as well. It could kill him.
All right. Fair enough. Okay, there we go.
Rocket
I'll remove these
hits
dice.
on a 4. And a DACA.
Oh my word! Shoot one rocket, get 2 hits. Oh, unbelievable.
It's
Okay.
so worky. Okay.
Strength 8, right?
Yeah, wounds and 2s. 1 wound.
1 wound, AP.
Minus 3. Oh, fail.
Fail. Okay.
D6 damage.
D6 and
Oh, thank
2.
God.
All right, so that is a dead eliminator. I will take this guy from up top. All right, big shooter.
You pull those guys so they can't shoot. I'm not going to shoot at them anymore.
Ah,
Big shooter
true.
Off the truck.
Yep,
Going to your hero sergeant. We don't like heroes.
we do. The Imperium is built on heroes.
On 6s and nothing hits. But I
Nothing
can reroll
hits.
one because I'm lucky.
Oh, that's right. Here we are with the Death Skulls getting into the fray now. Fantastic. The speed, yeah, the Speed Freaks were in there for, not the Speed Freaks, the Evil Sons.
Yeah, we might as well be annoying. I'm going to put both of them in there as well.
Oh, all
3
right.
shots on the big shooters. 2 DACs.
Oh boy. All right. 3 hits. Oh my God.
All right.
3s, right? Because strength 5 on a big shooter, right?
Yep.
2 wounds.
No AP.
3s.
Oh.
Ooh. Ting, ting, ting off the Emperor's own Ceramite.
See if he can even rocket. No, he can't. And
This is a -1 for moving.
oh, you're right. So it misses.
Okay. Whew. That was close.
I might have a shot charge.
That was all right. Fantastic. I do believe that's all the shooting. I don't see anything that has line of sight or anything that hasn't fired yet. What do you think?
No, now I got to think about charges.
Charge phase coming up next. Oh boy. Orc charge phase. I think this is I don't know if pivotal is the right word, but this is important. This could make a significant difference in the upcoming turns. So, where would you like to start, War Boss?
We'll start here.
All right. Done the Overwatch already. No damage done.
It's got Warlord.
Need a 9. Here we go.
Here we go.
4 up. 50-50.
Oh.
Oh, all right. The orcs, the boys are stranded. They have a headache from that teleporter. The weird boy who weird boy is on the painting table right now. He's new.
Yep. Okay, we'll do the truck.
Truck?
It's like a
All right.
6-inch charge.
Overwatch has already been shot.
Oh, he can
11.
make it.
Oh, he's in. Gruts is if Grut's not driving, he's beating the driver over the head with his power claw.
See, if he takes any wounds, it's not because you did anything. It's because Gret's bashing his claw onto the side of the car or the truck.
My power sword might have something to say about that, but he would do a lot of wounds with that claw.
If you custom booster blast it into here, it looks like a 8-inch charge, I want to say.
Yeah,
He gets
7.
+1 to his charge.
I think 7. Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
4. That definitely does not make it.
There we go, lads.
Here we go.
I don't
5.
think that
Make it a 6. We're going to have to measure. We'll be right back. Okay, the orc charge phase is over, and we measured the custom booster blaster by a smidge, but he was in just barely. And this bad boy right here rolled a 10 on his charge and got into the intercessors, but I am about to use one of the Blood Angels, well, Tears of Baal stratagems, Ardent Fervor. I'm gonna have to figure out what that is. Any of my units can intervene or heroically intervene as if they were a character, and they can move up to 6 inches. So those aggressors are going to be getting into that bike. So we'll be back after we move that stuff in and start the fight phase. Okay, so the aggressors have moved their 6 inches in, and the stratagem is called Unbridled Ardor, and it was for 1 command point. So I have 4 command points remaining. All right, so we are going to start with the Shock Jump Dragster, who all of a sudden is surrounded by angry power fists. And you got the dice?
Yep.
All right, fantastic. Hitting on
Force.
all right. And this is going into the intercessors, of course.
Yeah.
Yep, has to.
Only on 3s. 2 wounds, AP -1.
Too bad you can't DACA on those. All right, 1 takes a wound.
Yep.
All right, I will mark that up.
Okay. Custom booster blaster, 4 attacks.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to interrupt
Hitting on 4, or that.
those.
Yep. And then only on 3s. 3
Oh,
wounds, no
all
AP.
right. That's pretty good. Pretty good rolling. I'm sorry, AP?
Nothing.
Nothing? 3s.
Ah,
All right.
kill 1.
One of the intercessors is slain. I'll take this bad boy right here.
Okay, and the truck has 3 attacks, hitting on 5.
Yes, truck into the hero sergeant holding the pass. His name is not going to be Gandalf. Don't worry. Lucky.
You're right. No, yeah, because he is lucky. Just 1 hit.
Okay.
Wounds on a 3. Wounds no AP.
This actually means something to me.
No.
I was concerned. I may have spent a command point foolishly to keep them alive. All right, there's that. Okay, yep, we are going to, we're going to handle this shock jump dragster first. I'm going to get the dice. Then we're going to pile into the rivet cannon wielding custom booster blaster, and we'll see what happens. All right, the Tears of Baal have struck back, at least part of their fight phase anyway. So we rolled the aggressors off camera because it was kind of a foregone conclusion unless the dice gods intervened directly, and they did not. 15 wounds got through on the shock jump dragster, who he had no save. It was 93 got through on him. So we're going to roll now to see if he explodes.
Nope.
All right. Fantastic. We'll remove that model. I will consolidate with the aggressors, and then we'll get the intercessors into the fight. All right, continuing on with the intercessors. So we're going to start with these guys down here, the regular attacks. Now, they are within 6 inches, the models, not the unit. The models are all within 6 inches of the Sanguinary Priest, so they do have strength 5, but at toughness 6, that's not for the... What I'm trying to say is the custom boosted blaster has toughness 6, so the strength 5 doesn't matter here, but with red thirst and everything, that really matters in some circumstances. So we are going to be hitting on 3s, and that was a good roll. It's fine. Wounding on 4s because of that red thirst, as mentioned. 3 wounds, no AP.
4 ups.
Ooh. All right. He's got 3 left. All right. Can the sergeant with his 4 attacks with the power sword take him down? That's 3 hits. That's all I needed. He's wounding on 4s. No wounds whatsoever. Okay. All right, and we're going to go to this sergeant up here standing alone against the truck with the war boss in it. His power sword's hitting on 3s. He hits all the times. Of course he did. Wounding on 4s. 2 wounds, AP minus 3.
6 up impulse.
Yep.
You're one because I'm lucky.
Ooh, all right. So you're lucky on that one, but you do take a wound. He shoves his sword into the engine block. One of the, I don't know how many engines these things have, but they have enough to go fast. So this is what we've got now. That's the end of the fight phase. There is no morale to take anywhere. And the Tears of Baal got away with that one. That was pretty good. And we got some orcs in our backfield. Got some orcs in front of us. I don't know. I'm looking at these aggressors. I'm looking at that truck. I'm looking at these aggressors. I'm looking at a war boss. We'll see what happens if the shooting can be effective next turn. So the orcs were able to get only one of their objectives this turn, the more speed, go faster. Stompin' Boys is killing units, not models, and no Space Marine units were killed during this turn. So it is now 4-3. All right, and we have already drawn our Tears of Baal objectives right over here. And we still are on Defend Objective 5, which I'm now glad that I kept because I drew behind enemy lines, which that Objective 5, if you recall, is over here, fully within the enemy's deployment zone, and I have my Reavers up my sleeve, although the Orcs still have the Death Dread. Although I don't know if the War Boss will decide to use a Death Dread to kill some Reavers. We will find out. And then I also drew Decapitating Strike, which there's currently only one character on the board, and it's the Death Killer War Trike. So that's who we're going after. And let's get down there and see it. Generate workout. Yep. Score victory point if he's killed by a Blood Angels unit. So shoot him, fight him, make him run. Do whatever you got to do to get him off the field this turn. So we'll come back after the Tears of Baal movement phase. Okay, it is time to go over the Tears of Baal movement phase. Very interesting. Oh, I did move to the Assault Doctrine. So Savage Echoes is going on. Extra attacks, extra AP in melee. It's perfect. So these intercessors have stayed in combat. Valigar, the Shadow of the Angel, has advanced and he has officially taken the field, come down from his perch. And this intercessor sergeant has fallen out of combat with the truck. These infiltrators have moved forward. They're going to fire their guns and try to get off a couple charges. We'll see what happens. These guys up here, we measured. This custom boosted blaster is just closer than the Death Killer, but I do have a fair number of sniper weapons and whatnot that can go into him for Decapitating Strike. We'll see if I can get anything off there. And we're gonna try to take out the custom booster blaster, the orcs, this truck, maybe the Death Killer War Trike. I don't think so. I'd have to roll pretty hot on that, but we'll see. So we'll be back with the Tears of Baal shooting phase next. Oh, and the aggressors have moved down here. So the reason I move these guys is I'm looking over here. I'm looking at the last 2 games where Grut destroyed this squad by himself. And I know this sounds crazy. We'll see what happens with some of the other stuff going on, but I don't think I'm going to shoot with them. I think, or if I do, it's going to be at the truck, because I want to get the extra movement to get into these boys, smoke them in close combat, and be far enough away that the orcs cannot advance and charge reliably against them, and so I can turn around and shoot. I also am thinking if and when I get rid of this custom booster blaster, to consolidate into this gap with the remaining intercessors, possibly even some infiltrators if I get a big enough charge. So I'm going to try to clog this area up and stop Grut Ed Smasher from getting into the targets that he really wants to munch.
It's definitely yelling at you, saying, I think aggressors should stop running away with the cowardly weakies.
And we would respond if we deigned to respond to animals or plants, really. Now, you're not even an animal, you're a plant. We don't respond to you, but if we did, we would say that we are being very cunning.
He just waves his power claw up like this, and all the aggressors have PTSD now.
All right, we are starting the shooting phase off with this gray unit of scouts here. The crack missile is going into the truck carrying Grut, and the 4 sniper rounds are going into the Death Killer War Trike. So we will start with, all right, that's a hit with the crack missile. Wounding on a 3, that's a wound. AP -2, 6 up, invulnerable. Are you lucky? Nope. Okay, D6 damage for 5. Ramshackle?
Oh, yes.
Nope. Okay. Takes 5 damage. All right, that was a big start. Is at 4 wounds remaining. And we still have the sniper rounds to go. Actually, yes, sniper rounds go now. And that is 1 hit. Oh, boy. All right, and no wounds. I am within 6. The unit's within 6 inches of the lieutenant, so I can re-roll that. And that is not a wound. All right. Next, this single remaining eliminator is going to fire a mortis round into, mortis or executioner. I think it's mortis round. The one that's strength 5 AP -2 D3 damage. He hits. He does not wound. Okay. So now we are going to rinse and repeat with this purple squad up here. We got some guys down in the front. 4 sniper rounds going into the Death Killer War Trike and a crack missile going into the truck. So this time we'll start with the sniper rounds. They all hit. Let's get some 6s. Let's get some mortal wounds. Got 1 mortal wound and 2 regular wounds, no AP. So
yeah, rerolls. Lucky.
You're not lucky. You're evil sons.
Right. So
got a 1 anyway. So he takes 2 wounds. Okay, he's down to 6. Starts with 8. Okay. And the crack missile going into the truck. That hits. And it wounds. All right. Crack missiles the last 2 games have been doing work for me.
Truck?
Yep. So, and we already rolled our lucky.
Yep.
5 damage. Ramshackle. Need a 6 or it goes down. Okay.
Does it blow up?
Does it blow up? Hero Sergeant's there. It won't blow up. The Emperor protects him. Whew. All right. You're due for one, man. You're due for one. So, oh, I forgot to tell you guys, the Reavers came in back there. So they're going to get behind enemy lines this turn, and they are guaranteed with an advance to start defending this objective next turn. The Knobs are back here. We think it's unlikely they're going to get out and deal with 1 squad of Reavers, but I did make sure to measure, and even if they get out, move their 4 or 5, they still have an 8 or 9 inch charge, so it's not a guarantee. Okay, so I will fire. We have to remove this truck and get the guys out, but we'll do that in a second. I'm going to fire these pistols first into the custom booster blaster. They all hit. Oh my god. And wounding on. We got 2 wounds. We're rolling this 1 because of the lieutenant. 2 wounds, AP -1 because it's assault doctrine.
Nope.
Oh man. Okay, so he's on 1 wound left. Shoot, that was almost devastating. All right, we will come back after we roll. Well, actually, wait. How many models are in that truck? 11, 12? Should be, well, 12, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's, we'll get the dice and then we'll come back. Okay, we're here with the roll to see how many of the orcs get out safely. I see one?
Just one.
One. Okay, so one boy, unless you want to take Grut. All right. So the one boy is crushed, probably by Grut stepping on him or pushing him out of the way with his now activated power claw to get out of that truck. We'll be back once they've been placed. It does matter because my aggressors may have line of sight on some of the orcs. All right, the aggressors are going to fire, so my threat to not fire with them has been proven to be empty. So these orcs are within range. This is how many shots I have, 46. I'm going to roll them, and I will come back with the hits, and then we'll come back with the wounds. This many hits. The hand of the Emperor is still guiding the Tears. I think I would dropped like 7. It was ridiculous. We'll be back with the wounds, and they are within 6 inches of Valigar, so we will be re-rolling ones. In the end, after re-rolls, we have this many wounds. 23 6-up lucky saves from these orcs. We got the dice, War Boss.
Yeah.
Here we are. All right. Let's see what we got. I guess you can re-roll one because you're lucky, but I don't think it'll make.
6-up, feel no pains.
Oh, you're right. Okay. Yep.
So, save 2.
Would have been. That was definitely below average. Should have gotten 3 or 4. Let's see if we can make up for it with these feel no pains. Need to make a lot of them though. There's only 10 boys in the squad. I see a couple, but yep, the squad of boys is blown away in a hail of bolter fire from the aggressors. And I do believe that is all the shooting I can do because the custom Boosta Blasta is in the way, so the infiltrators can't shoot, neither can the Las Fusel Eliminator at any target because they're still tied up in combat. So we are going to move on to the charge phase next. We're going to have actually we can start right now because these infiltrators are going to charge both the Deffkilla Wartrike and the custom Boosta Blasta. We measured up and it's an 11-inch charge to the Deffkilla Wartrike, so with Red Thirst they need a 10, and it's I didn't measure, but it looks like about 4 or 5 inches to get in there. And then the aggressors are going to charge the boys. So we'll start with the infiltrators charging these 2 units. There's no Overwatch. Well, there's a little bit of Overwatch from.
No, there's a lot of Overwatch.
From where?
From the Deffkilla Wartrike?
Well.
46. Oh, fine, never mind.
Yeah, out of range.
Yeah, you're right.
Out of range. Okay. So I need a 10. I got a 6. So that they will get into the custom Boosta Blasta, but not the Deffkilla Wartrike. That is fine. And.
No.
Nothing on the Overwatch?
Yeah, nothing off Deffkilla.
All right, we'll get the dice ready for the boys firing Overwatch, and we'll be right back. All right, we've moved in the units and consolidated, or excuse me, piled in over here, because the orcs only have 1 command point, so there will be no interrupts. And here's the aggressors. I also decided to charge with my Warlord to get him. There's a lot of bodies between him and Grut, so I didn't want any orc heroism coming in and doing that for me. So I'm going to get some dice, and we are going to start the fight phase. All right, so I activated the infiltrators first, and we did the rolls off camera because I had 41 attacks coming in on the 1 wound custom Boosta Blasta, and he was in fact destroyed, and we're going to do the blow up roll on camera here. All right, War Boss, what do we got? There it is. You're due. You were due. Okay, so everything within 6. Oh no! My hero sergeant's dead. God dang it. Okay.
And I kill him. Wait, it's not the fight phase, dang it.
No. Well, it's my fight phase.
I don't get the points for that.
No? I think you might. Does it say your fight phase?
It was destroyed during the fight phase this turn.
So it's a turn.
I don't know.
I'm fine with it.
Okay.
I think, yeah, it was destroyed during the fight phase. This turn is kind of a strange thing that's on a lot of the cards, like as if you have to do it the turn you get it, which is never a thing. So I'm fine with giving you that point. So, all right, let's roll.
Okay, the infiltrators?
Infiltrators? Takes 3. Okay, so that is 1 dead and 1 on wounds. I will mark that over here. So they took 3.
Okay.
All right.
The intercessors? Takes 1.
Take 1. Okay, got it.
The sanguinary priest?
Okay.
2.
Takes 2. Okay, so we'll put that by him.
The scouts.
The scouts, are they within 6 over there? We're gonna have to measure that up and see. It's close. Yeah, the scouts are definitely within 6. Okay, so we'll roll for them right now. 2 scouts are killed, and then the warlord, Valigar himself, takes 3. Whew. He was right there in the thick of the action. Okay, we're gonna mark these units up and then head over here. Okay, so we made the rolls for the aggressors off camera. They only killed 7 orcs in the in the assault doctrine and everything, with 26 attacks. Rolled pretty poorly, well below average on the hit rolls, hitting on 4s, and killed just about everything else that they touched after that. But yeah, the orcs are going to have their attacks back, so we're going to get this on camera.
Okay.
Starting with regular boys?
Yeah, the
choppers. All right, cool.
3s.
And wounding on 5s. T5. 3 wounds.
3 up saves.
All right. Pick up my dice somehow. All right, the aggressor's armor is proof against choppas, but what about the power claw from the boss knob?
4s. Reroll 1 because I'm lucky.
Yep, we haven't rolled that yet. Oh, he is lucky.
And 3s.
Ooh.
KP minus 3.
3, okay. 6s. I fail all of them. So D3 apiece. 1 wound. 3 wounds, so that's 1 dead aggressor, and you could get a second one.
I do.
You do? Dang, 2 aggressors fall to the boys. That was not according to plan, but that is what happens in the world of 40k. Now, do I want to get crazy and spend 3 command points and let them fight again? I don't know about that.
They're gonna morale.
Oh yeah, they'll fail morale. What's their leadership?
7.
7? They lost 7, so yeah, you roll a d6, that's how many we lose.
Losing is our squad.
Yeah, about a 4 up you do. That's a 4. Okay. Well, there's that. Okay, so that is the end of the fight phase. Oh, I do need to I need to consolidate these 2 units right here. But other than that, that's the end. We will be back with the orcs movement phase and a synopsis of the points. Actually, that's at the end of the battle round. So yeah, we'll be back with the orcs next. All right, here are the orc objectives. We got here we go Waaagh, give them some DACA, and get them boss. Basically, what this means is we got to charge, we got to shoot them, and the boss has to get his kills. So give them some DACA, unlikely, although we do have some decent shooting from the flamers on the Death Killer Wartrike. So if we get some good luck there, it might happen. And the Death Dread has dropped in here at the bottom of turn 3. And so there's a lot going on here. You can see both the Pain Boy and Grut got 6s on their advance rolls. They are ready to fight. They are ready to get stuck in. This truck advanced as well. The orcs, if you remember, they were sitting right here. The orcs apparently don't turn around. They just drove backwards right over the rocks, and they're coming in this way. That makes perfect sense to me. I like it. And they are just a centimeter outside of 6 inches from these aggressors. I would have used that Unbridled Fury again to charge, but it was not meant to be. Okay, so this could get interesting. A lot of Marines are going to die during this turn in the fight phase, but the orcs are running out of bodies. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll come back in the orcs shooting phase. All right, we are going to start with Death Killer Wartrike, and we measured up. He is within range, his flamers are, of this lone eliminator. So this could be giving him some DACA. The orcs could get away with these points. So here we go. We rolled off camera for the 46, and we got 14.
All right.
Auto.
4s.
Wounding on 4s, okay. Could have been better, but not the worst.
7.
7. All right, I've got 6 dice in my hand, so I need 2s. He is on 1 wound.
All right, the twin boomstick. Doesn't.
Ooh, okay.
The snagger claw. 2 hits. Let me check.
Is it 2? Okay, we'll be back. He does have a 5-up ballistic skill, so 1 hit. Wounding on 2s, though. And there is
Command point
that.
reroll.
Okay, that sounds like a good call. Trying to get that DACA. AP?
Minus
3.
Yeah.
4 up
Same.
save. 50-50 for a point. Fails.
D6
The
damage.
eliminator is dead. He was on 1 wound anyway.
Just
So he
really
was, he's super dead indeed. Okay, there we go with that. We'll be back with the next unit. All right, we're going to continue shooting. So Grut and the Pain Boy and the Death Dread right here are going to fire into this 4. I believe there's 4 left. I'll have to count 4 or 5. The Intercessor Squad, whatever. And then after that, the aggressors are going to take some fire from the truck with its big shooter. So we're going to start with...
Okay, custom shooter from the War Boss.
Okay.
With 2 hits.
2 hits with a Daka. And a Lucky.
3 hits.
All right.
Nice. And wounding on 3s.
Strength 5.
Strength 5.
Ooh, all right. AP?
Nothing. Okay.
Space Marine armor. Good to
bomb
go.
From,
Ooh, and a Daka. Throw 1 grenade, hit twice. How Orc?
Well,
Does
no,
a Daka?
It doesn't Daka. It's number of shots.
Oh, it doesn't?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Shoot, my bad. Number of shots. 4 hits, though.
Yeah. Wounds on 5s.
Yep. To strength 3.
1 wound and no AP.
Got it. Okay.
And then 3 shots from the...
Death Dread?
Yeah, we can do that. 3 shots.
Okay.
Shooter. 1 Daka. And then...
Lucky?
Right.
Or are you going to use it on the rocket?
I'd rather use on the rocket.
Okay. Yep, makes sense.
Wounds, no AP.
Got it. Okay, my saves are coming through.
And the rocket. Hits.
Hits anyway. Okay.
And wounds. Minus,
How much was it?
-2.
2? Okay. So the intercessors, I don't know, they're diving and covering through the undergrowth, I guess. Big shooter over here.
From the truck into the aggressors. 1 hit.
Force.
Force? Oh, you're right.
Toughness 5. Yep.
Nothing.
Okay. Fantastic. That, I believe that's the end of the Orc shooting phase?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you know what? I made a lot of saves, but what mattered was this point right here.
Okay.
So these points are starting to become a thing.
He's charging first.
Okay, he's charging first. We are going to do the Overwatch off camera because the infiltrators, or actually we should do these on camera. I'm going to hit the dice because they auto wound on 6s, so this could do some. Def Kill War Trike, unfailable charge, but we have 9 infiltrators who are going to be firing Overwatch 6s auto wound, and there's a fair few in there. I got 4 hits. Okay, so he's going to make his charge, but those are 4 wounds. No AP.
Oh yeah, because it's Overwatch. Okay.
Auto wound, yep.
4x. Nope.
Nope, takes 1. Okay, not a big deal at all. So he gets in, and then our Grut and the Pain Boy charging the same squad. What are they up to?
Let me have a think.
All right. All right, so the Orcs have moved in. We still have the Death Dread to charge, but just thought we'd show these guys. Grut Ed Smasher got in. Him and the Pain Boy charged both the Infiltrators and the Intercessors. We fired Overwatch. Nothing happened. And so that's where we're at right now. So the Death Dread is declaring everything within 12 inches to be the target of his charge. Is that right? Or so the Scouts, the Eliminator, the Sanguinary Priest, my Warlord, and...
Well, nothing.
Not the... Okay.
Actually, might as well because they can't fire Overwatch.
That's true. Yep. So he's just declaring everything the target of the charge. So we'll go ahead and roll that. You need a 9 to get to the Scouts.
10 to get to the Sanguinary Priest.
And then 11, possibly a 12 to get to my Warlord. We'll measure up. So let's roll it right here. This is important. If he doesn't make it,
we'll see.
Yep. He's got. Yes! Oh my God! All right. We'll move him in. All right. So this is how things are looking right now. It's the Space Marines are surrounded by the Orcs, the Orc characters, and this Orc Dreadnought. So we are activating Grut first, of course, to see if we can take down 5 Space Marines in the Infiltrator squad before he gets to fight, or they get to fight. Because I can't imagine I won't interrupt here and do some damage. So it's your turn. You ready? You got the dice?
Yep.
All right, let's do this. 5 attacks.
To the Infiltrators. And rerolling ones.
All right. 2s. Rerolling 1s. All right, there's 5 of them.
-3.
All right, so 5 6s for the Emperor, 0 6s for the Emperor. Okay, 5 infiltrators are dead. I'm going to interrupt, but I need to figure out exactly what I'm going to do. All right, guys, I have chosen to interrupt with the Intercessor squad, and I'm going after the Pain Boy. Why is that? He hasn't attacked yet, for one, and I don't think I can kill the Death Dread with my remaining 4 infiltrators. Deathkiller Wartrike, sorry. Yeah, with the remaining 4 infiltrators, or else I would, because he is my point for decapitating strike at this time. So I want to go for the Pain Boy, reduce some of the attacks, and we'll see. I have 2 command points left. I have a feeling Transhuman Physiology might get used somewhere here, probably on my Warlord. We'll see. We'll see next. The Death Dread did roll high enough to get into my Warlord, by the way. It's just his spiky bits and whatnot are stopping him because of the terrain. So we're saying that he's in, even though it looks like he's not. He definitely rolled high enough. So with that in mind, we're going to come down here. These are the dice for the regular intercessors. We are hitting on 3s and wounding on 2s because they are strength 5 because of the Sanguinary Priest. And with Red Thirst, they add 1 to wound rolls. So wounding on 3s turns into wounding on 2s. And I reroll this because of Lieutenant. I wound all of the times. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wounds. So we have 6 up invols. They have AP -1 because of the Assault Doctrine. So we have 9 6 up invols and 9 feel no pains.
Yep. 6s.
And he's lucky. Okay, there's 2. It's a decent start.
Are we really, really, really lucky?
Yep, we'll see if Gork and Mork are here.
Count.
Indeed.
Nice.
See, you got it. You got it back. The 6.
Yeah.
All right, so he is killed. The sergeant does not get to attack. That is okay. We got rid of one of the characters, and those power claw attacks will not be coming back into my guys. So it looks like that intercessor squad will survive unscathed, which Blood Angels in the assault phase, that is not nothing. So we'll come back. We'll say what?
I got 5 attacks from Deathkiller Wartrike.
You ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Into the
Here it is.
infiltrators.
All right.
You know,
3s or 2s? He's got to have 2s. He's an HQ orc.
let's check.
Let's check. So yes, his weapon skill is 2. So we have 3 hits. And wounding on 2s.
Rerolling.
Alhamdulillah.
Ah!
Oh man, okay.
2 at AP -3.
There we go. No saves. That's D3 damage, right? So anything but a 1 or... Okay, so 1 infiltrator is killed. We will take him. Morale is going to be a thing for them, however. They lost 6 this turn.
Yep. Death Dread. We're going to put the Power Claw attack into the Sanguinary Priest, and the 3 Kill Saw attacks into your Warlord.
Okay. I am going to use my last 2 command points on Transhuman for my Warlord.
Okay. We'll do the Sanguinary Priest first.
Okay.
Hits on a 3. And wounds on a 2. AP -3.
All right. 6 up save. He makes it. What a boss. Keeper of the Blood, Cerned. His armor remains inviolate against the Death Dread. I love it. Okay.
Alright. Hitting on 3s.
All right. Wounding on 4s, 5s, and 6s. All right.
Because I'm lucky.
Okay. I was able to make a save. So what's the AP on this?
-2.
-2. Okay. So I do have Artificer armor. That is his thing. So 4s. I make 1 and I fail 1. Is that flat 3 damage?
2 damage.
2 damage? Oh, and he has 2 wounds left. Dang it. All right. I don't have any command points, or else I would use it. So that Valigar is taken down, and that's Warlord. That's a point. The Orcs got all the points this turn, plus Warlord. They got 4 points. It's 9-4 in favor of the Orcs. So we'll see what happens. I have some pretty good cards as well as the Tears, but the forces are getting sparse on the board, and the Mega Knobs and Knobs have not gotten out of this truck yet. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We are in the Assault Doctrine. We are Blood Angels, and that is a really good thing. So we will see what happens. This is turn 4. This is gonna be turn 4. All right, we are here at the end of the Tears of Baal movement phase. So we're getting tricky over here. I don't know. It's an interesting phase, and I got to do things in the right order because where I charge depends on what happens in the shooting phase. So the aggressors have moved their 5 inches forward. It's a 9-inch charge to the Death Dread, which is 8 inches with Red Thirst. These guys all stayed still. Sanguinary Priest fell out of combat, so I can shoot at the Death Dread. And then my intercessors have shifted a little bit to get a little closer to the Deathkiller Wartrike, in case I need to shoot him, or charge him, excuse me. Infiltrators have stayed in combat. Also, I forgot to hit back with my infiltrators last turn, so we did that off camera. They took 2 wounds off the Deathkiller Wartrike. These scouts rolled a 6 on their advance to get down to objective 2 because I drew defend objective 2. So now I have 2 defends and decapitating strikes. So I need to kill this Deathkiller Wartrike here. And my Reavers also got a 6 on their advance, although they didn't need one. And they have now started to defend objective 5. So if at the end of the Orc turn I have both of these objectives, I will get 4 points, which is a big deal. So, and I've also got Warlord sitting right here, plus decapitating strike. We have an opportunity to get 6 points this turn if we can make it happen. So we got to get tactical. We need the Emperor to guide us, and we'll see what happens in the shooting phase coming up next. Okay, Tears of Baal shooting phase is about to begin. We're starting off with the sniper, the gray sniper scouts right here. 4 sniper rounds going into Grut and 1 crack missile going into the Death Dread. So here's the crack missile. It hits and it does not wound. I don't have any command points. They're not within range of the lieutenant because he's dead. All right, and so sniper rounds into Grut. That is all hits. I need 6s. And I got 1. So we have 2 saves, no AP, and then a mortal wound.
3 ups.
Oh, he's lucky.
Takes
3 wounds. Okay, that was devastating from that squad. All right, the Eliminator is going to fire the Mortis round. So strength 5, AP minus 2 or 3, I'll check. Oh, it's a 4-up invul either way. And then D3 damage. So hitting on 3s, it hits. Wounding on 3s. That's a wound. Okay, 4-up invulnerable save, or it's D3 damage. And he already made his lucky save. Oh my gosh, the big 3. Grut was caught in the crossfire. He killed too many Marines. There's too much of an open space. How many does he have left? 1? 1 left? Oh boy. Okay, I'm going to fire the 3 pistols from my infiltrators into the Deathkiller Wartrike next. 2 hits. Need 5s. 1 wound, AP minus 1. Makes it. Okay. And now my brain just blanked. My intercessors are going to fire their weapons into Grut. They're going to fire their bolt rifles. So that is going to be... I'm not going to shoot a grenade. I'm going to shoot 8 of these. Actually, I am going to shoot a crack grenade. So here's the crack grenade hitting on 3s. That hits. It does not wound. And we have 6 bolter shots coming in. That is 4 hits, wounding on 4s. 3 wounds, AP minus 1. Okay. 3 4-up invulnerable saves. Grut and the Warlord. We've traded Warlords in this turn. With some good rolling from the Emperor on the sniper rounds. Good damage rolls. Fired the pistols. All we have left are the aggressors. I'm going to measure... No, there's no way the Death Kill... Oh, he's in combat. Silly me. They're going to fire at the Death Dread. So we'll see what happens. I'll get the... All right, the aggressors fired all their guns at the Death Dread. We have 6 wounds at the end of the day. 6 3-up saves.
Takes 3 wounds.
Lucky?
Oh, yeah. Takes 2 wounds.
All right, 2 wounds. He's down to 6. All right. We are going to roll right into the charge phase, and I'm going to start with the aggressors. They need an 8 with Red Thirst. They get a 6. Okay, they fail their charge. We'll do the Overwatch later. The intercessors are going into the Deathkiller Wartrike, and they don't need very much, and they get a 10. Okay, they're definitely in. We'll move these guys and come back. Okay, no damage done on Overwatch to the aggressors from the Death Dread. Now, we are going to start with the intercessors because they charge. So here's the regular attacks, hitting on 3s. Not my best roll, but we got some hits in there. Wounding on 4s because of Red Thirst. And no more Lieutenant. 3 wounds, AP minus 1.
5 ups. He's dead.
He's dead. Okay.
I really hope he blows up.
Does he blow up? Okay, he does not blow up. So that is, well, we'll see.
That's the decapitating strike.
Yep, that's decapitating strike and Warlords. So we've got 2 points right now. And we've got 2 objectives that are being defended. So that is the end of the Tears of Baal, turn 5. No, turn 4. And I'm going to consolidate these guys, and we will be back with the Orcs' turn. All right, the Orcs' movement phase is over. What objectives did you get, Warboss?
Hold the line, which is not going to happen because there's nothing in my deployment zone.
All right.
Behind enemy lines, score 1 of your opponent. You have at least 1 unit put within the enemy's deployment zone.
Here we are, right
You
here.
have at least 3 units within your opponent's deployment zone at the end of your turn. Score D3 victory points instead.
We'll have to measure. Yep. We'll have to measure afterwards.
Assassinate, kill a character.
Okay, so the Orcs are going to get a lot of points this turn. It's looking, unless something really whiffs hard. So the Mega Knobs and Knobs got out of the truck moved out of the way, and the Def Dread moved forward a little bit. That's all that happened. So you ready to move into the shooting phase?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Def Dread's going to shoot the Sanguinary Priest.
Sanguinary Priest is
Soften
right
him
down
up.
there. Okay.
We'll do the rocket first. That hits.
Oh boy, that might be good enough.
Wounds on a 2, AP minus 3.
6. Nope, fails. He only has 4 wounds. So.
D6 damage.
Yep, 4 up he dies. All right, well that's the end of the Sanguinary Priest, so that's Assassinate. Kill a character has already been achieved. That's
And
not
the
good.
other shots go wide. The rocket from the knob will go into the aggressors.
Okay,
Oh,
whoops.
I'll drop dice. Reroll that because I'm lucky. Nothing.
Big shooter?
Big shooter in the aggressors as well. No, no. 1 Deca and 1 lucky.
All right,
It's
4s.
and 2 wounds, no AP.
All right, the aggressors are fine right there, although I don't fancy their chances against that many kill saws. All right, that's it. Charge?
Yeah, I gotta take 2 seconds to figure out how I want to do this.
Roger that, we'll be back. All right, Mega Knobs are charging. Already shot the Overwatch, did not do any damage. The 2-up armor saves of the Orcs are proof against bolter rounds. All right, so we're gonna roll.
Yep.
Need about a 6, we think. We'll measure if we need to. 7, that's definitely in.
Okay, we'll charge the knobs, and while we're at it, it'll only need about a 7 or 8.
That will be good enough. So we'll move these guys in, 7 and 9 inches.
Def Dread.
Def Dread,
Just
ooh.
so you don't roll. This doesn't roll now, or 2 ones.
All right, got it, 7 inches. Okay, and he charged both squads?
Yep.
Okay, we will come back in the fight phase. This could be pretty bloody. All right, everybody got in, and crucially, the Mega Knobs, and the Def Dread, I keep wanting to say, there's a lot of def words going around here. They are all wholly within the deployment zone, so you'll get D3 points, right?
Yep.
At the end of this, if they're alive, which they probably will be. We'll see. We'll see what the dice have to say.
True. Okay.
12 attacks, Mega Knobs into the aggressors.
On 3s.
Kill saws. Oh,
You roll 1 because I'm lucky.
that was pretty good. Only dropped 3.
Yep. And I'm wounding on their strength 10.
2s, yeah.
Yeah, 2s.
Toughness 5, doesn't matter.
And lucky.
Lucky, okay.
So that's 9 wounds at AP minus 2.
9 wounds. I have 9 dice in my hand. AP minus 2, so 5s. I made a few there. All right, so
Pop.
2 a pop. So dead, 1 wound.
Okay.
I have 1 so I'll keep my sergeant on. Whoops.
That's good.
And then we have. Sorry about that camera there, guys. And then
We'll do the claw first.
the knobs. Okay, that makes sense. He's got
attacks hitting on
1
the
wound
fours.
left. Lucky or not?
Nah.
Okay.
We'll see. And on 3s. AP minus 3.
2 6s or he's dead. All right. The aggressor has fallen. That's the end of that. That's not good. And now the Def Dread. Where are you putting your attacks? Infiltrators or intercessors?
Ooh. We'll put the power claw into the intercessors to be cheeky, and then 3 kill saw attacks into the infiltrators.
Okay.
Power claw. Lucky that.
No.
Well, that's not
Okay.
meant to be.
I guess not. Okay.
3 attacks into the infiltrators, hitting on 3s. I lucky that, so only 1 hit. And then, oh my god, I didn't use the wound roll.
Yep. You can do that.
AP minus 2.
Fail.
That's
All right.
Flat 2 damage.
Flat 2 damage. Okay. So one of the infiltrators is taken down. I will take the last guy without a helmet. So even though the comms array is useless now, but we still have the sergeant. Okay. I will gather some dice and hit back with the intercessors and infiltrators. All right, so we rolled the attacks off camera. Things actually got crazier than we thought they'd get over here. And the Def Dread took 3 wounds, made a lot of saves, which is fantastic. So this is what we're looking at right now going into turn 5. The Tears of Baal will score both of their defend objectives that we have going on. So they're at 10, but the Orks are also getting some more points. What are we at, War Boss?
D3 for behind enemy lines,
Mm-hmm.
and 1 for assassinate.
Okay, so let's roll the D3.
Big 3, please.
All right.
Nope.
It's a 1. So you got 2 points this turn?
Yep.
All right, what are you at?
11.
11. Okay, there is only 1 point in it going into turn 5. So we will see what the Tears of Baal draw and what we can do with the forces we have remaining next. Okay, the Tears of Baal movement phase is over. I've advanced these scouts. That was pretty much it. Oh, these two of these scouts moved from this lower edge up to the top one so they could see and fire. They'll be hitting on 4s. And, oh, I forgot to move my Reavers. I'm probably going to just move them back towards this battle grid in case we go on further. I'll do that in a moment. But we're going to start the shooting phase. Meanwhile, I'm going to start with the pistols. There are 6 pistols over here into the Death Dread, hitting on 3s, 4 hits, wounding on 5s, no wounds. And I'm going to fire 4 sniper rounds and 1 frag missile into the knobs. So 2 of the sniper rifles are hitting on 4s, that's these, both miss. 2 hitting on 3s, they both hit. I need double 6s again for mortal wounds. And toughness 4, right?
Yep.
1 wound, no AP.
Okay. And 2. Or was it knobs or mega knobs?
It was the knobs. He
Okay.
still made it anyway.
Yeah.
So frag missile for 2 shots, hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits and 2 wounds. No AP.
Frag missiles. Oh, strength 4? Okay.
Strength 4. Yeah, it's a frag grenade. That's strength 3.
Right. On the knobs?
Yep.
Okay.
Regular knobs.
Reroll that 'cause I'm lucky.
All right.
Nope,
And
that's
takes a wound. Okay. My eliminator is going to fire a hyperfrag round into the knobs. He is 1 shot. It misses. Okay, that was not good. We are going to roll right into the fight phase over here. So I'm going to get my dice, and we will be back. This is all the wounds. Only 4 wounds out of those attacks and onto the Death Dread. Without the extra attacks, without Red Thirst, definitely back down to earth for the Blood Angels, or the Tears of Baal. Blood Angels rules. So we have 4 saves, 4 4-ups. Need to make them. And you're lucky. Just drop 1 wound. Okay. 2 left. So you're gonna hit back?
Yep.
All right.
We're gonna run some repeat just for giggles. Power Claw. Going on that.
Okay, this is going into the intercessors?
Yeah.
Okay.
And wounding on that thing.
Oh, the 6 was there, but that's only, is that -2 or 3?
-3.
3? Okay. So that's
3 damage.
flat 3? Okay, so that's a dead intercessor. Okay,
Yeah.
there we go.
Okay, going into the infiltrators. Did I reroll a hit?
No,
Okay.
you rolled a 6, I think.
Alright. That's 1 because I'm lucky. Wounding on 2s. My AP -2.
Make 1 save, fail 2. This is D3 damage?
2, flat 2 damage.
Flat 2? Okay, so the infiltrators are dead. There were only 2 left.
Wow.
So there they go. All right, that is the end of the turn. And no morale needs to be taken. We only lost 1. So yes, we have, I forgot to say what cards I drew. So I got Kingslayer over here, which we already was achieved. So I'm going to roll, the glare's right in there, sorry guys. So there's Kingslayer, I'm going to roll D3 for that here in a moment. Defend Objective 4, which is here in the center of the board. Couldn't really get to that in any way, shape, or form. Purity through Bloodshed, kill something in the fight phase with a Blood Angels unit, or a Tears of Baal unit. So that's what I was hoping to do over here. It did not work out. Here is my D3 for Kingslayer. It's 2. So now I have 12 points, and the Orks have 11. So this is the bottom of turn 5. We'll have to roll to see if the game continues after this. All right, here's the Orc turn 5 draw. So we have Supremacy, Domination, and Kingslayer. So hold objectives and kill the Warlord. Warlord's already been killed, so that's an automatic D3 at the end of the turn. Or do you want to roll right now?
I might as well.
Okay, let's do it.
No, I'll take 2.
2? 2 points?
Yep.
All right, so you're up by 1.
Yep.
Okay. Well, let's continue. We'll continue with the Orc movement. They haven't moved yet, so we'll be back with you guys after that is complete. Oh, I moved the Reavers. They advanced. The knobs are now menacing the castle. That's the only movement. Are we even going to shoot? Can the rocket even see anybody up there? Kind of.
Okay.
Let's take a shot.
Okay.
Why not? This is the entire shooting phase.
Yep.
This roll.
Get your scouts. Oh,
It's a 2.
you're lucky. He is lucky.
And it's a DACA.
Yeah, it's a DACA. Nope.
Oh boy. Okay. He gets a hit, so
One's on a 2.
All right.
minus 3.
-3. Okay, I have a 2-up save and cover, so 5. He makes it. Okay. You want to just roll your charges?
Yeah, the knobs are, I mean, they're going to clear everything. I don't think your eliminator can see any of the knobs.
Yeah, not them.
Yeah,
No.
but they will declare your scouts and your eliminator.
Okay.
So you're going to fire with the scouts? You can do that off camera if you want.
Yeah, it looks like, well, I'll do it right now. There's only 2 shots, so I'll fire a frag missile for 5 shots. 3, 4, 5. Get them in here. Nothing. And then I'll fire a sniper round. Nothing. Okay, that was easy.
Well, I'll see how far the knobs can go.
9. That's pretty good. We'll move them in a minute. Mega knobs.
You're going to clear everybody as well.
Okay, the eliminator will be able to fire Overwatch against them, so he'll shoot his miss.
Okay, and how far are they?
3. Here we go. 9. Okay. I do believe I can probably just pick them up, but we will roll off camera and we will be back. All right, so we rolled for the knobs and mega knobs. Miraculously, the hero sergeant. It's always the hero sergeant. He survives, and he actually took a knob down and took a wound off another one. The eliminator stood no chance against the mega knobs kill saws. And we are going to move over to the Death Dread now versus the 3 remaining intercessors. So we've got our kill saw. Power claw first. Okay.
Hits. Wounds AP minus 3.
All right, one of them's dead. He's on 1 wound.
Okay.
And there we go. Now 3 attacks left.
Reroll 1 because I'm lucky. And 2s. Ooh. Reroll 1 because I'm lucky.
Yep.
5 ups. They may survive. They will survive.
Okay, so the sergeant is left over
Those
here.
sergeants.
There he is, and he was not charged, so just 3s. 2 hits. 5s, no red thirst. 1 wound, AP minus 4.
No save.
6 up, lucky.
Yeah, that's right. And lucky. Nope.
Yep, 6 up death skulls, yeah, and then you get lucky reroll. So he's on 1 now. I still can't get purity through bloodshed. I can't buy it. Okay, so you scored the 2 points from Kingslayer?
Oh, we didn't roll that, did we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, so
We
2
did.
points from Kingslayer.
And
I can't score on objectives.
that was it. Yeah, that was pretty much
But
it.
at the
So,
bottom of it, I'm scoring line breaker.
well, we don't know if the game's over yet.
Oh, that's right.
So the player who goes first rolls to see if we finish. So on a 1 or a 2, the game ends.
Oh.
It's a 2. The game is over, and the orcs have captured the area that the Tears were trying to cleanse. So this was interesting. This game looked very much in the Tears' favor, and it went like a lot of the rest of the missions did. The Tears looked good in the beginning, and then the orcs got close, and we just even with multiple turns in the assault doctrine, we just didn't have the staying power. So yeah, no, this is really interesting. So the Tears' 3rd company is here in force on Emerald Run, and the orcs have pushed them back and now have garnered more attention from the Angel's Witness himself, Anomen, the captain of the company, possibly even the librarian Tycentus as well. And so Valigar and the Marines are forced back out of the forest, or the jungle, I should say. It's more than a forest. And as they are being pushed back, they were able to get pretty deep into the jungle, but as they are being pushed back, they see in the distance an orc starship that is being repaired. And Valigar, as he runs back, he looks up towards the moon of Emerald Run with the shipyards, and he sees what the orcs' plan might be. Get off the planet and start a new Waaagh in the name of Grut Ed Smasha. So we'll see. This campaign is definitely this campaign is over, the Unexpected Waaagh, but this storyline and this sequence of the Tears versus the orcs in Emerald Run, this is far from over. The orcs have defeated the Space Marines, and so the Emperor's justice will have to be dispensed in future campaigns. So thanks a lot, guys, for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. We're going to try to improve the process with every campaign that we do. Get some, just improve everything all over the place. So thanks a lot for watching, and there will definitely be some stories, some epilogues, some prologues, some writing. So I hope you guys are ready for more narrative campaigns. Thanks again. All right, guys, we are here with a little, I guess, a retrospective. I don't know what else to call it, but just chatting about the campaign as a whole, how it started, how it ended, what happened in between. So I talk enough during all of the videos and whatnot, so War Boss, we'll let you start. Just wherever you want to, beginning, end, general thoughts, in the middle, your characters.
That was probably the most back and forth set of missions I've ever played. Because we played some stuff outside that hadn't been recorded, nothing like that. And usually there was, for the most part, I feel like it was pretty decisive on one way or another, but the whole campaign. So, I had one mission where I cleaned you. Then you had the last, the ambush mission where the Emperor just blessed your dice the entire time. There's nothing I can do about it. And then the last mission where it literally came down to, they had to get that last dice roll, I had to get into on turn 5. Or actually, no. Sorry.
You're talking about mission 3?
I was talking about mission 5. So
mission
actually,
5, okay.
Except for your reavers back there, I was going to clear out everything else. So it was just so up and down the entire thing, and it came in most of the time for those close missions. It came down to a dice roll here or a dice roll there.
Yeah.
So very stressful.
Indeed, no, I agree. That was interesting, and we were talking about this off cam. I think it was off camera a little bit, but I like how mission 4, the ambush, went. Not because I won by a landslide. You never like to win by a landslide like that, but at least from my point of view, narratively, that's like Valigar's job. He's the shadow of the angel. It's his job to lead the sneaky guys, and if anybody in the whole third company of the Tears is going to set up an ambush, it'd be him. And the fact that it went down like that made a lot of sense to me. But then we had the other missions where, like when we were in the first 2, so when we were outside, the Tears won that mission. They got to maneuver a little bit. But then we went inside, and even though the board was the same size, narratively you might imagine that a Manufactorum would be, even on the scale of the Imperium, would be a little more enclosed and close quarters because of all the equipment and everything, rather than outside. And you guys crushed us indoors when you got us close, and when we were able to kind of keep you away from us, it was quite the opposite game. So, and that's how the lists were built, and it kind of fit the fluff a little bit. I was really happy with how it turned out.
Yeah, and I think Grud carried half the army by himself, because the smashing gun never did any good. Might have killed one thing here and there.
Yeah.
His orc shooting was so terrible. And then if a Grud survives long enough, he gets up in there, he would kill something.
Yeah. No.
He didn't toast your, or did he toast your blasters this time? No, that was the.
Yeah, not in the 3rd mission, or not in the 5th mission. He fought them in. Yeah, he smoked them in 2 missions previous to that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and then mission 4, I just, I think I lost just the unit of infiltrators.
Yeah.
And a model here and there, but I think that was the only unit that I lost in that game. I'd have to look back, but yeah, no, he is a beast. Rerolling hits and wounds, hitting and wounding on 2s for, especially with the wound, always hitting on 2s, but wounding on 2s for almost everything with strength 10.
It's a little overkill at 4 damage, but dude, 4 damage or not. So if you had any vehicles, he would definitely be the guy to go in there.
Or Centurions.
Or Centurions.
Although Blood Angels, for some reason, can't take Centurions. Not that I would buy them if I could, because the 3rd company is set. By the time you guys watch this, the Army Showcase should definitely be up, unless there's massive technical difficulties. But I think it's encoding right now, the Showcase. So yeah, the 3rd company will not be changed, except I may swap out, and we talked about this, may swap out Assault Intercessors for my regular Intercessors, because that makes more sense for Blood Angels, but I haven't even decided on that yet, because I like my Intercessors, so.
All I want is the Judicard. I don't even want that model. The new Primaris model with the really large sword and the incense burner.
Oh, the Judicard?
Yeah.
Is that what you said? Yeah. I haven't seen any of his rules yet, but yeah, the model is pretty badass.
I don't care if he's bad, I still want him.
Fair enough. Well, that's cool. So, yeah, we had a little bit of a, I guess you could call it a teaser. I'm not sure. Just a little piece of the lore at the end of this, at the end of the 5th mission about the orc ship that's being reconstructed in the jungle on this hive world. So, yeah, I think just to reiterate what happened at the end of the last mission, that the orcs were able to push the Marines back. It was what, 1 point? Came down to 1 point. And so it was close, but...
Well, actually, came down 2 points, you didn't get line breaker.
Oh, that's right. It was 2 points. So either way, it was...
Really close.
Yeah, it was a tight game, 14-12, something like that. So the orcs pushed them back, and they didn't get some of the better gubbins that they wanted, but they got enough, I think. And that ship, I think they're going to be taken off soon, and there's going to be a battle on that moon in the next part of this campaign. We'll see what happens.
Is it now the unexpected Waaagh, though? Or is it now the expected Waaagh? Because they expected Waaagh.
Yeah, I'd say we have to come up with a new name. Unexpected Waaagh was cool, and they came out of the jungle, but now the Tears of Baal have been put on notice, and the entire 3rd company is going to mobilize. We've got some more orcs on the painting desk. That army is being expanded as we speak. So, and they're gonna need it. If I'm coming out there with, rocking 5 to 15 Hellblasters and all the rest of the hate that can be brought with the Death Company and the First Company veterans and all that. Yeah, I'm excited. It was, one thing, I want your opinion on this, War Boss. I like how we played with the same armies 5 games in a row. And I worried a bit that I was going to get bored and that maybe the missions would get boring. But like we talked about before, they ended up being close a lot of the time. And by the end, we had a much better handle on the rules than at the beginning. I don't know, do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I absolutely loved the Templars campaign, but it was interesting having to reshift everything in my head when I can't take this unit or take this unit. I do think, even though we're still working through our kinks about getting our times down and everything like that, but 1,500 points I feel like we're running it out really well. By the time we get filming again, maybe 2,000, just because the army was really fun in scope, but I just did not have any DACA. Weirdly enough,
yeah.
Didn't have any DACA. I want those dudes. That'll help even things up a little bit. And there again, you get your Vanguard vets or your Death Company, now you have more punchy stuff.
Yeah, that was my next comment. You hit it nail on the head. Is you didn't have a lot of DACA, but I had 5 power fists because even my characters, chainsword and paired combat blades, they didn't have any. I'm not used to that because I'm used to rocking my smash captain, quote unquote, has a 2 lightning claws, not the Thunderhammer Storm Shield in Tears, but I'm used to my characters being able to wade in somewhere and have to be accounted for. But my Sanguinary Priest, I should say the Keeper of the Blood, Cerned, and then the Phobos Lieutenant, they're that's not their job. They don't go through units like that. I think we calculated that the Lightning Claw Captain, if we use one of the stratagems, I can't remember what it's called, not Unbridled Ardor, that's the one where any unit can ravine, but the one that lets you add D3 to their attacks, and if we're in the Assault Doctrine, we can get Sarevok up to 12 or 13 attacks.
Lightning damage 2 lightning claws.
Yeah, if I take the relic on him for a Mastercraft weapon, but yeah, no, that was so. I think the armies will even out that way. We'll get some more DACA, I'll get some more punch, and we'll definitely theme the lists out again. Because I like how I've got the 3 lieutenants, and then they each control a portion of the army. And so I think that you'll probably face the other 2 lieutenants next time.
Yeah, and I'll have a weird boy then.
Yeah.
So that'll be really great fun. I got some more boys. Yeah, I missed not having more troops. Especially because I wanted just once, even though I spent all my command points in the teleport, wanted to do Endless Green Tide. That's always annoying people.
Yes. You think you've deleted a unit, or I should say neutered a unit, and then they all come back. Because you gotta, if you destroy a unit completely, that doesn't work, right?
You can't do it. There's one boy that
Okay. So it's like the Necrons, but you have to spend 3 command points.
Yeah.
And you get them all back at once. You don't have to roll. So that's cool. Yeah. No, they'll be. I think we should stay away from like horde boy lists, because there's a lot of other cool stuff to do. But we can definitely, have a blob in there, and that can be one of the tricks up your sleeve, so to speak. So we'll build the army. We'll build the army as we see fit. So.
Yeah, I was thinking too, like, I had the Death Dread, the Knobs, the Mega Knobs, there's a Power Claw on the Knob, and with the boys, there's a Power Claw on the Pain Boy, and then there was Brad himself. You're right, you only have 5 Power Fists. So if I could survive all your freaking shooting, which was not substantial at all, and get in there, I mean, your bloodiness, that gives you a big boost in melee.
Yeah.
But
Assault Doctrine's huge for them, so Jacko's
just right first period. Yeah. And if it was any other space movements that wasn't melee oriented, that would have eaten them.
Yeah, I'd say so. So, cool. Well, I'm excited for the continuation of this campaign. We've got another one coming up soon, guys. It's looking like it's going to be another custom Space Marine chapter from one of our other players. I believe it's Space Wolf themed, the rules. Last time I checked with him, that's what it was, so we'll see. And then beautiful Necrons. So Necrons versus some Space Marines, and then we've got other stuff coming down the pipe. We've got some Tau that are getting painted up. We've got some Harlequins that are further down. And with the Templars and the Tyranids, so there's a lot coming down the pipe. Really looking forward to keep shooting these campaigns. Hope you guys are enjoying them, and we will see you next time.